Yeti? Yeti? People are gonna be like, what the hell? It's this damn new thing. Why is it not working? It says that it's powered. And it froze the damn stream. Hello? Audio input captures working, desktop audio. Okay, we're gonna turn off the fucking music because it doesn't seem to want to work at all. Alright. Is it working now? Good morning. I'm gonna have to figure this out. So I can't tell if it's working or not. Okay, you guys let me know if you can hear me now, because apparently the expensive USB multiplier thing that I got decided that it was a expensive piece of poop that did not want to work. So therefore the camera didn't work. So I switched the camera out, and then the microphone didn't work on it. So all it can run is a light, which is not helpful for a USB dongle-y thing. Yay!
Clarification.
At least I can kind of see here that stuff works. It has a little like beepy thing. So we just don't get music, which is fine. Anyway, I was explaining when you couldn't hear me that people were asking what time we generally start, which is generally 10 Mountain Time. Pending technical difficulties, which is when I went, does my audio work? Yeah, no. So hi, welcome to the stream. We have some BreyerFest purchases that are trickling in. I have not a ton for studio updates. I was kind of hoping the swag was going to get here a little bit sooner, but it looks like it got held up in shipment. It is traveling here. It is a 40-pound box of swag that is, what did we say? 40 pounds was like 20 kilograms or something.
I can translate.
Yeah, so for those people who speak in kilograms versus pounds, I don't know what I speak because...
For work. 18 kilos.
Yeah, 18 kilograms, so like 40 pounds, which is a giant box. It is 5 feet by 4 or 5 feet by 3 or 4 feet by a lot of other feet. It is giant. And keeping in mind that that's mostly pins and keychains with only a couple of pillows, and that's a lot of stuff, and stickers, which is crazy. So that's cool. Hopefully it gets freed up. It's saying it should get here on Tuesday, but it also has been showing as delayed for a little bit, and that it'll get here on Tuesday. So I imagine that hopefully it'll get here by the end of the week. Fingers and toes crossed. There's a lot of orders that are waiting on swag stuff because either they reached the $75 milestone and they get a free pin, badge, pony thing, or there's stuff that they ordered like stickers or keychains or various swag items that obviously need to be here to ship swag. So we're shipping anything that has an individual medallion in it that didn't reach that $75 mark, or individual stickers that we had in stock, that kind of thing. So if you have something waiting to go, please be patient. It is coming. All the back order stuff is placed, so that should be here fairly soon. I did, there's a picture of the lanyards that I wanted to show you guys because the manufacturer that I'm using sent that picture with a whole bunch of other stuff to me. A lot of the photos weren't super awesome quality because they're just trying to be like, does this work? Send it out. Does this work? Send it out. And I will post that online because it's super cool. I'm super excited. They look amazing. I have, if you saw the stream, there is the fire heart that I got in from Lynn that I did the unboxing for. My Breyer box is also lost. They combined my 2 orders, which I didn't think they were going to do because they told us they weren't going to do that. They combined the 2 orders into 1 box. It is also a 40-pound box. 30-pound box. Something like that. It's a lot. But I didn't make them wrap anything this time. I learned my lesson from last time a little bit. I'm still going to make them do that in the future. Their shipping is drunk. So my box is stuck in Toronto, which they're having a whole bunch of issues with anyways because the Toronto Pearson Airport, and I believe most of the international packages are routed through there. They're losing luggage left, right, and center. It's freaking chaos. Nobody knows. The world is chaos and chaos. I can't easily see comments. It is only letting me see. Let's see if I can fix that. Hold on, it's going to do the audio thing for a second. Okay, got it. Oh, there, I can scroll now. But I will say good morning to people because it's morning, I think. I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and it is now 10 o'clock in the morning, so there wasn't a lot of sleep involved. Good morning, Joelle, Marcia, good morning. Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. Teresa, hey, hola. Hola, ¿cómo está? Super bien. I always love that. I worked with a lot of people when I was in the oil and gas company, engineering company, that were from Venezuela, and they were very interested in teaching me Spanish, and they laughed their butts off when he's like, okay, what is horse? And I said, caballo. And he's like, what is female horse? And I said, caballa. And he almost died laughing. And I guess it makes more sense in Spanish, but he was like, no, it's only caballo. So it was kind of funny. Anyways. And we have Angela. Hello. Tap, tap. Fishy. Yes. So camera falling. There was chaos this morning. It was awesome. Ashley, good morning. Who else do we have? Anna, good morning. Heather, good morning. Everybody's in here saying hi. You guys are so friendly. Good morning, Cindy. What else did I get in? I made a fair amount of BreyerFest purchases. I tried to go around and support as many artists as I could through the event. I grabbed a couple of things from newbie artists. I grabbed a couple of things from experienced artists. I went and spread love as much as I could. I think that that's a really important part of not only BreyerFest, but our hobby in general, is making sure that everybody is supporting each other. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Ellen. Let's see. Ooh, Joelle has her Stein. Thursday pickup person followed through. That's good. There's been a scammer out there. Was it the name Brittany? I can't remember what the name was. But there was somebody that took dozens of pickup orders and then decided that they were going to just not pick stuff up. And said they were going to refund, but there's a lot of people that they were going to refund. So I don't know. I stopped following it after the first little bit. I saw it pop up a couple of times and then decided that, okay, I just need to walk away because this is a lot of drama and I got a lot of stuff to do. But it looked like initially that maybe they had taken a whole bunch of people's money and bought a whole bunch of ponies and then sold the ponies, and then they were going to refund the people because they could make more money that way, I guess. But I don't know that that's how that worked out, and I don't know that anybody actually got refunded. So that sucks. If you're one of those people, sorry that happened to you. Make sure that you're always vetting the people that you're working with online. There is the Model Horse Transaction Board on Facebook. There's a couple of them, but there's a main one on Facebook. Look people up, ask other people who they've dealt with, try and make sure that they have a good reputation just in general in the hobby, because it looks like this particular person had scammed other people before. At least last year, if not before that. So there would have been transactions out there. So make sure you're looking at people, seeing if they have the red lights, all that good stuff. It is up to you to make sure that you're making sure you're working with people that are good in the hobby. And there are scammers out there. And I know people who have been so badly burned that they basically said, I don't want to do this anymore. So put in a little bit of upfront work to make sure you're working with people that aren't going to just steal all your money. This is an amazing place to be with a lot of amazing people that I think people seem to think that they can take advantage of. So be smart. Don't be one of those people. And if that happened to you, I am very, very sorry. Good morning, Haley. Good morning. Combined. Oh, Marcia's got a combined box too. Huge box. Yeah, I went in and ordered some extra stuff. We have a show coming in August. So I figured I could order extra stuff and then have it for sale at the show because there's going to be sales tables and stuff. And then it saved me on trying to just ship one more Renish draft to see if I could get a glossy. Maddie's got 2 glasses. She's got her glassy here. Yep. We love glossy things. Karen's here. Good morning, Karen. How's it going? Andrea. I love your last name, Andrea. Funky. It's the best thing ever. Michelle, good morning. Good morning, Sarah. Sarah Gifford's here. Hi, Sarah. We don't see Sarah very often. Anna. Uh-oh. Anna's dog's trying to type in the comments. That's always good. Yes, so make sure you're checking references. I've been scammed before. Basically, everybody I know has had some sort of scamming experience of some sort. So be mindful that you don't feed trolls, and that's part of feeding trolls, is giving them money for things that they don't deserve. Don't do it. I did get one box from Breyer. It had Nicholas in it, and I had people ask when I posted his picture how I moved his head, and it was pure brute force. I did jam my finger and hurt it, because smart. But I turned his head a little bit. He will need epoxy filled in some spots, but I didn't make any cuts. So if you heat the plastic enough and you create a bend, so you can use tools. I'm trying to find a good, so like a soft-ended, my brain said spatula. This is not a spatula. These are pliers. It is now. The spatula. The studio spatula. And you can put that in areas. So heat it, push it, and then crank on it. And then that will allow you to push in an area, which will weaken it and allow it to bend easier. If you heat it enough, it will catch on fire. So be careful. You can also immerse them in boiling water. That is a helpful way to bend things as well. But I thought it was a super cute little tweak. His ear will need to be resculpted too, because it is basically just mushed back. A la very bad customizing. So I will have to just either chop it all the way off or Dremel it down a bit and then use it as a base to sculpt a proper ear. But I think it gives him a really cute little look. He's got his little head turned. He's being a cute boy. Maddie hasn't seen him yet, other than across the desk. And mine doesn't seem... Everybody's saying that one leg's shorter than the other. Mine has one... Oops. Let's see if I can straighten him up straight. One cannon that's a little bit longer, it looks like. But he seems to stand pretty straight. He does lean a little bit. So I'll have to work on that. But that's okay. All Breyers have their stuff. They don't generally give artists a lot of time to sculpt. So that is a thing. So I'd have a little bit of compassion for the artists that are creating new molds for Breyer, because they don't give people tons and tons of time. From my personal experience, I can't speak for others, to make a pony in its whole form, and generally make a pony and paint it sometimes. There's a lot of things involved. So you are not going to get something that was worked on for 5 years and perfected. We'll just say it that way. He did keep his head. I was surprised too. I'm not allowed to cut heads off until I put more heads back on. So this was me working around my little thing. He is super cute though. It's quite the adorable little mold. And I did punch in his bum because I wanted a little bit more of a different angle. It came up a little bit higher than I wanted for this particular guy, so I made it different. One of my cool, really, steal of a deal technically for today's prices, this girl came in. So she's the Anatomy in Motion. And I remember Maddie and I going into the local toy store and being like, oh, that's weird. We loved the strapless mold, but this just looked weird. And then I wasn't a huge fan of the decals and had no idea that I would grow up to be a sculptor that did this for a living. So didn't grab her when she was like $60. So I had to pay for this one $100, which is actually a steal. She does have a whole bunch of scratches that I'll have to fix and dents and problems in her decals where paint has been rubbed off. But this wasn't $300, and they've been generally selling for $300. But she makes a reasonably good anatomy reference. I was going to hand paint one myself, but it's kind of nice to have this one around anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't use this as sculpting or anatomy gospel necessarily. Just like I wouldn't for any anatomy book or model. They basically all have their issues. Because all the anatomy books differ a little bit. All of the... come here, buddy. All of the models differ a little bit. Everybody's going to have their own personal twist that they put into things. And each individual animal is also going to be different. So you can't rely on anatomy models 100%. You just got to use them as reference, which is what they were intended for, not gospel. I should call him gospel. What's his name? Oh, he goes weird the other way. But they all have their stuff. But they definitely make good reference material. So this one's the Evolutio Anatomy Tools horse on a really cool clear acrylic base that looks very science-y, museum-y, including museum dust. Look at that. Everything's covered in museum dust. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'm excited to find her because I have a eBay notification for the Anatomy in Motion, which I can now delete because I have one. Although I did set up a one for Be Mine, which is the Huckleberry Bay that they did as, I think it was a web special.
Yeah.
And it was roan, like strawberry roan with hearts on his sides. And he goes now for like 800 to friggin' 1500. There's one up there now, and I think it's almost at $1,000 or just over $1,000 now. I don't know what it's finishing, but that's a thing. You guys have seen The Boy.
Should be his name.
The Boy. And of course, we need better lighting. So this is Lynn Castles Caldwell of Snowdrift Studios, and it's going to have a hard time picking up on. There we go. His details. He is a most handsome boy. He's a little dusty because he was wrapped in paper towels. And I haven't fully dusted him off because I was like drooling over him, and then I had to put him away to get to work. He is incredible. Lynn did a really, really good job of shading and highlighting the sculpture to accentuate it, which is something that you do if you're a master. Look at that. Just so cool. Such a dynamic, punchy paint job. It makes him look so, so cool. And he's got little stripy hoofies and little dirty pates. He's most excellent. I actually have my little necklace that she made me on, which is cool. And there's been a few people that have, look at that. Look at it. A few people who have posted name suggestions, which is exciting. And he's super, super cool.
He's got teeth.
He does have teeth and a tongue, and he's got like, he's doing that. It's awesome. So that's something that a lot of newer artists don't tend to focus on a lot, is like the shading and highlighting, because we have a 3D sculpture. And when I first started painting and doing model horse stuff, my initial thought on it was, it's a 3D model. It's going to shade and highlight itself, and it does to a degree, but you can really accentuate something by going into all the grooves and doing all your, it's like contouring if you're doing makeup and you're into that sort of thing, or you've heard of that sort of thing, and going in and contouring, and you can make a flat face look crazy cool. You can do all sorts of crazy tricks with makeup, and which is basically paint for your face, that goes in and does wicked things. So same thing goes for the models. If you're going in and accentuating certain muscles, you can make things pop out. You can set things back. If there's a thing in the model that you want to make look not so apparent, if it's got a giant butte, you can make it look a little darker and offset it depending on the patterns you're picking. So all of those artistic choices are things that are going to make or, well, not make or break your art, but make or not make your art super awesome. It's like that next step when you go in and start doing all the shading and highlighting stuff. So it is super, super cool. Karen's saying the shading is a hard thing for a lot of newer artists to concept. Sometimes I mention to use a dark color. Yes. Yeah, it's something that you don't think about a lot. Like I said, I think a lot of people think you see, and keep in mind that our eyes are always assuming stuff. It's filling in details. So you go here and you're like, well, that's one color. Well, no. You can kind of get to a certain place and be like, yeah, that's just the bay color. No, there's like 500 colors that go into making something really stand out. I can see just in his coat alone that there's a whole bunch of different tones to the colors that they're using. And there's probably at least 3 colors that they're using. And you don't necessarily need to use a whole bunch of colors, like purples and pinks and blues and greens and different shades of brown. You can use the same color in different intensities, especially if you're using an airbrush or something that's a medium that can go transparent, because then different layers provide different intensities. Another thing to look at too is if you take a picture, a reference, or a model and make it black and white, can you see all of these things pop out? In this guy, you definitely could. And you'll see it better, the tonal changes, if you change it to a black and white photo, because it'll show that contrast, and it's that contrast that catches the eye and makes you go, wow. You see something on a table in a herd of horses that's kind of more monotone. If you see one that's really, really punchy with the details and that shading and contrast and values, you'll notice a difference. It'll stand out on the table. It'll be like, whoa, that one. And that's what you want. We're amplifying that artistic aspect. And not a lot of, like, my personal horse Turbo is a very coppery but very plain chestnut. He doesn't have crazy shading on him. So if he was put on a table, you might say, okay, well, that's realistic. It doesn't have all that crazy shading to it. But we're also dealing with the model horse hobby, which is a weird, I don't know why the camera doesn't want to focus on life. It's like, I have dust on me. I focus on that. Hello. Okay, that's going to be a little bit. There we go. That's better. You'll see a normal horse and be like, well, that's realistic, but the model horse hybrid, yes. The model horse hobby is this fun hybrid of realism plus art, and we're mixing it up and making it even more awesome, which is what makes it really hard to judge classes when you're at a show, because everything's a mix. It's like, that's realistic, but that's artistic, and where, like, that eye is maybe a little bit bigger than it should be on a real horse. Is that artistic and we like it, or is that realistic or not? Like, and if you make the eye too small, which might be realistic, does it look good? And it's that, like, duality. We're always fighting each other and fighting ourselves. It's crazy. And it's interesting to see some artists within the hobby take it to a really, really extreme realism end, and how that impacts the look and feel of a sculpture or a paint job. And everybody kind of wanders within that. I think it's really fascinating. And you can tell what people like by the type of basically homunculus type horse thing that they sculpt. So homunculus is technically a little bit different than what I'm trying to explain, but where you're going and you're like, I focus in on eyes, I really like feet, I really like head, I really like the hair. There's certain points of anatomy that I really like, and you'll be able to see as I sculpt and do different pieces along my journey as a sculptor within the hobby, how that changes and where my focus changes, as well as other artists. You'll be able to say, oh, well, look, they found this part of the anatomy now, because now I see that being really, really big or really accentuated. Or you'll see some artists that take their anatomy and they reduce their focus on, say, the fat and the outer layers, and they focus more on the muscles and showing off their expertise in anatomy. It's so cool. I think we don't appreciate the art part as much as we should, or even the composition, because a lot of people go, well, this is a realistic pose, but it might not compositionally flow very well. You want the silhouette of a horse or a model to look really, really good and stand alone. So if you were to take your model and you're sculpting it and doing a custom or an original sculpture, if you take this, and I would do this from different angles as well to make sure it's interesting from different angles, and go in, take a photo of it against a window, black it out because that'll make it a silhouette, and do that from different angles, or just hold it up to the light. I'll do that. I'll hold it up to the light and move it around. And that will give you an idea of if something looks really interesting from different angles and stands alone as the composition before you even do details and paint. It's just that extra little bit of cool. So you can take something like that and put it up against a window. And that'll actually also show you where there might be weird anatomy things happening that the color might throw off or the details might throw off your eyeball. You have to play games with your mind to do this, and do it well, so that you can kind of break that mind. Your mind assumes that it knows things and will fill in blanks and be like, I don't need to think, because thinking is energy, so I'm going to just do this for you. It's like, no, you need to trick your mind so that you see things in different ways. And it's like when you're doing a drawing and you're trying to draw from a picture of a horse, and you're like, okay, all these little details. But if you actually take the negative space, so you look at, okay, well, exactly how much space is there? I'm doing an art lesson today, apparently. Exactly how much space is there here? You're looking at this. You're not looking at the legs. You're looking at what are the shapes in here, and seeing this as like this space as a shape versus the actual leg as a shape, or this space in the belly as a shape. Or you look at the face and the neck and you focus in on this part here, the space around, rather than the actual thing you're trying to draw or sculpt. And it's games like that that kind of break that brain's assumption that it knows the things, or it can just assume the things. And I think that's where a lot of artists tend to go wrong when they're very first starting out, or even along the road down the line, because they make these assumptions and they don't know that their brain is filling in this information for them, and they just go, well, this is what I see. Yes, it's what you see, but it's what your brain has told you it is seeing. It is not necessarily what is there, which is why you can have 20 people in a room sculpting the exact same reference, and every single one of them will sculpt it differently. You will not get two identical things. It doesn't happen. Because everybody has their own style, they have their own way of seeing, and that's what makes art so cool. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. Hopefully it's interesting, at least. I go on little rants. So yeah, I have my fur necklace on. I was just geeking out Lynn. Lynn's here. Hi, Lynn. And I'm going to show him in August, and he's going to kick all the butt. So if you're coming to the show and you're showing in custom Mustangs, I feel sorry for you, because he's amazing.
That was my last TED Talk. Remind me never to get a custom Mustang. I have to deal with
or Mustangs thing in general. I have... So those are the bays. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can move the camera in a way that'll actually make sense. And then there's the Juggernaut and more Firehearts. And I have a little Bucker coming.
But you also have the best Mustang in the world.
I do have the
Giorgio.
best Mustang. Oh, Giorgio. I thought you were going to say the honorary Mustang that is turbo.
No.
He wants to be a Mustang.
No.
I went out and saw him the other day, and he was just so cute. He's got a little pony friend that's this little chestnut, flaxen mane and tail, roaned out Tobiano, but I think he's Tovero because his Tobiano doesn't cross the top. He's got weird stuff going on, and he's the cutest thing ever. And if they weren't trying to sell it for like 15 grand, then I would probably buy Turbo a friend. because he loves the pony so much. And the pony's name is Jinx. And every time I go into the paddock, I'm like, hi, Jinx. And I laugh even more because hi, Jinx. Anyway, I don't need a pony called basically Trouble. That's not, that's asking for more trouble than you need to ask for a pony. Oh, and Marcia brings up a really good point too. I wish I could feature your thing. It won't let me do it on here. But Marcia is saying that some photos of real horses in motion don't translate well into sculpture. Some photos of horses or horses in general don't translate into sculpture. They're just either really gronky or they artistically don't fit into what we would assume works well. I'm gonna go into another anatomy rant. I should stop before I start. I do have blind bags to open because Michelle sent me goodies, which was exciting. I got a mystery box in the mail, and she was like, "I sent you things, and one of them smells like stuff." So I'm excited to try that out because blind bags that smell like things. I also got the Breyer bears so that I could sniff them. That was basically the only reason to get the Breyer bears.
So many people displaying them in like cases, so you know.
I saw that the smell box. They're like, I have contained my bears so they do not stink everything up, or that they keep their smell.
Then you can huff them.
But then you can huff them. You just open the door and go. Imagine they should really, if they can make the bears smell, they should make the model horses smell like hay or like horse. Could you imagine opening up a new Breyer and it doesn't smell like new Breyer? It smells like horse. I would lose my crap. And I would, when I was a kid, I would touch ponies and then try not to wash my hands for days if I could, which didn't usually work out, but just so I could keep smelling the ponies. Oh, and I did do the little stick on naily things. And as you can see, I have epoxy all over my hands. I also dipped my hands in rubbing alcohol. like hardcore stuff to clean off a 3D print that I was doing. And it didn't fall off. So that's good. It's basically those sticker sheets that I showed you. It's a partially cured sheet of nail polish that you peel off the thing, lay it on, and it kind of lays on in a sheet of nail polish, and then it cures on the nail, which is kind of cool. Comes in all sorts of fun colors. I moved them upstairs, so I don't have them down here, but they're really neat. If I can remember what the name was, I will tell you guys. Smell of horse would be amazing, or like hay, or sawdust, or yes, anything but acetone plastic. They kind of smell, well, New Breyer doesn't smell bad. You open up a New Breyer smell.
I could tell that my vanishes were glossy simply by huffing them.
Yeah, the gloss smells.
Oh, yeah.
But the glosses, I don't even know how they make gloss.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's some sort of crazy process.
I knew.
Yeah, it's like puppy breath, except puppy breath is amazing. Well, so is horse smell, but puppy breath. I need a puppy. Leslie Rose says, best piece of advice I ever got when drawing was to draw what you see, not what you think you see. Yes. That's one of the focuses of the, or going to be one of the focuses that I do in the workshop in September. When working together with Lynn and we're getting some of the documentation all sorted out. And one of the things is going to be how to train your brain artistically to break out of its jail cell of assumption. I should write that down. The jail cell of assumption. I like that. Be like, these are the walls that your brain puts around your actual eyeballs. I like things. And I'm going to remember it for 3 seconds and I'm going to forget it and it will be forever gone in the wind. It is in this moment. You guys get to appreciate it. It's
recorded.
Oh, it is recorded. Probably. Okay, cool. Hi. I recorded the thing. It's going to stay with me forever. Sold Breyers in the feedstock store and then it would smell like the feed barn. Yes. Horse smell traps. We're going to have like a puppy pony fight in the comments. Blind bags. I have one more thing to show you that I bought too, which is kind of cute. I got ponies. Is it a chase? Oh my, I thought I saw blue. It is a trotter. He extends and he trots. It's actually a really nice color on that pony. See, you can see multiple colors being used on that guy to bring out his bayness. So this is apparently the offending Partitos that smells like a thing. It is a scented plush.
Your unicorns will have a friend now.
My unicorns will have a friend, and it has a flying piggy that lives in there. It has a sweet spot that is actually glitter, which is cool. There are 8 of them. What does it say? Unwrap a catito, a fishito, a flying pigito.
Fishito.
Flying pigito. Will yours be sweet, extra sweet, or super sweet? That is actually perfectly fitting. And then, dogs and squirrels. You want to open one?
A dog and a squirrel?
I don't know. I like
I like
the
how
birds.
squirrels is spelled, by the way. Squirrel.
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Squirrels. It's like a squirrel. I got another one.
He has a twin! Twin pop!
He's got a twin.
She give me that one. I would laugh if this was
I
another
will
one.
laugh if that's another one.
Not.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not. He's orange.
Oh, is it the corgi one? Oh.
It's not a corgi. I don't know what it is. Oh, I think it's the pug. I think it's the pug.
Oh, it does look like the pug.
I think it's pug. Otis, it's a pug.
Otis.
Who's best friends with Kenneth?
He loves brownies. He's intellectual and he loves brownies.
He's
He-
also best friends with Kenneth.
he's
He's
like-
he's beside him on the sheet.
He's hipster. Hipster pup.
He's so cute.
We have...
Aww.
They're actually really cute together.
They are.
Look at them go. Cute. And then when add to a smell, should I sniff it first? Sniff. Oh my god, I can almost smell it now.
Does it smell like a fish?
Oh my god, can you imagine? You open it up and you're like, ugh, smells like tuna. Smells sweet. Kind of like cake.
Ooh.
I don't smell very well, so this is a challenge. It does not smell like maple. It smells like weird cake. Weird cake. I love their little, like, burrito wrappers. So cute. I don't know what it is, but it has eyes. It might be a fish. It has glasses. Oh my god, it's a crab! Wait, he's a rainbow-packed crab.
Oh my god, he's amazing.
And he's hungry.
He's beautiful.
He's sleepy and derpy and rainbow.
He's so cute.
So, he is super sweet. Oh, he is a pinwheelito. Crabito. Pinwheelito. Which means he's super rare. His birthday is February 17th. Oh my god, I can smell it from here now. Still? Okay. Sniff it.
Huff him.
Huff him. What does
Huff
he
him.
smell like to you? Weird cake?
Soft.
Oh yeah.
God.
He's the super rare one, along with Dancito.
He,
Oh my god, there's a lizard!
he smells like confetti cake. That's what he smells
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah, confetti cake. That's what he
Confetti
smells
cake.
Like. Oh my god, he smells amazing. He's so cute.
He is like the happiest crab. Look at that lizard!
Goodness.
He dances with his claws.
Oh,
With his
he-
glitter claws.
He's so cute.
And then he comes in his little, like, snack wrap.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
I could have fit Hazel into that wrap when she was really little.
You should have. It would have been
An
cute.
actual kitten burrito.
Alright. This is my other thing that came in the mail. So this is a Ruth Sheridan Frankenpony. It has a Fireheart tail, which made me happy. It has a Andalusian body, and then its head was from the Heather Puello Thoroughbred. Super, super, super cute. It is a little mare. I'm apparently just going to dominate all of our stocky Mustang classes. I'm going to have at least 5 bajillion things. Little mare.
She's so spicy.
So spice. I like spice. Look at the spice. Much spice. I like how Facebook's actually putting together a reasonably well detailed stream. I like it. The video quality does not suck. It is nice.
You need to read Teresa's comment. It's beautiful.
What is Teresa's comment? She's laughing.
Yeah.
What does your favorite artist do on her live stream? Oh, just half stuffed animals. And scrunchies, apparently. It's a thing. It's a thing we do. So Ruth Sheridan had a whole bunch of things, including a fire heart that ended up going for like $800. A little fire heart stablemate with new hair. She basically made him a rat-tailed appy. So cute. This guy, lady, had to come live with me. Because spicy pony. Oh, I meant to show you guys these. I have one to drink next time. So this is a lime Pokemon beverage from the candy store that is right beside, conveniently, the post office that we go to. And they had a Squirtle, and the Squirtle's cheese water, which terrifies me to drink, but I'm going to do it next time. It is legitimately cheese water, and I don't know why you would have sparkling cheese water.
It's just upsetting.
Part of my brain says yes, this will be amazing. Part of my brain says I'm horrified. But I've had 2 of these so far. This one is wafer lime. I don't know why wafer, but lime sparkling beverage. It was delicious. There was a peach one that was also delicious. And there was a Mew one that I didn't find. They didn't have it in stock. So hopefully one of these days they have it back in stock. But since the other ones were good, either this is like the weirdest fake out and they put a Squirtle on it because they're laughing at me internally. And they're like, ha ha ha, somebody's going to drink all the other ones and then drink the Squirtle one and be like, oh my God, it's gross. Or sparkling cheese water might be the most amazing thing since sparkling sliced bread. Carbonated bread! Or it could just have edible glitter in it. Could you imagine? Edible glitter in bread? That needs to be a thing. Somebody go do it! But yeah, it's cheese water. I don't know what kind of cheese.
It just sounds terrible.
But it sounds terrible. Although this is also the same person that drinks pickle juice. So, could be a thing. Haley is answering. Had to answer that question recently, and I said lick ponies, sniff everything, and get completely sidetracked constantly. What? I don't get sidetracked. What are you talking about?
Myla's here. Myla Pierce is here.
Oh, hi, Myla. I'd eat out of Myla's appies one of these days because the appies that she does are amazing. Not that everything she does isn't amazing, but and her feet. Ooh.
I know I was gonna say I have an obsession with Myla's.
I love Myla's feet. Myla, you do amazing feet. Myla has lots of experience with farrier stuff, so that's why she does amazing feet. We're just gonna geek out and be like, "Hi, Myla, you're so awesome." Anyway, she waves. Hi, she wave. Yes, we love your stuff. You do awesome work. All right. I needed to show you guys the Booger Man. So this is the one with the glowing nostrils. It is a bad resin. You can kind of see it there. Defunct test. He's squishy and gooey right there from just how he was poured. So he is a garbage piece anyways. So we used him for a test for UV resin to make sure that it won't go funky. So, of course, I gave him glowing nostrils that look like Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And then I tested raw UV resin on him, which doesn't seem to destabilize him, but now I have sticky fingers. And then curing resin on him to see if you can put UV resin right on resin and not use primer and have no problems. You can put it on plastic and make a booger horse. Or you can just put boogers in their nostrils. That works too. There's sticky stuff everywhere. What did I do? Why is my studio sticky? So yeah. I have... it's distracting. Okay. Thought process. I kind of went into BreyerFest thinking that... I was going to be more prepared than I was for everything holding all together. So we had Biter's Edition ending and all the stuff that comes with that. We had Biter batches shipping out. I was shipping the last of the Fables. We had Saga arrive and trying to get her sorted out for mold stuff. ordering swag, getting that sorted, and all the logistics of, because all that was new to me. I was ordering from a new manufacturer and it was a new process. Making sure that we did the Ponyfest theme, getting Medallion Club boxes shipped out, which was the biggest anniversary month I think we've had. We ended up shipping 300 boxes. 300 just for the Medallion Club. 300 medallions. And it was like 230 boxes, something like that.
Yeah.
So the year to date, we've shipped 1,018 boxes. That's not including most of the BreyerFest stuff. I think we've only sent out about a dozen boxes for BreyerFest. So,
I'm scared.
we have more to pack today.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get the boxes that have all the stuff from BreyerFest that need badges pretty well ready to go, so that once the badges get here, hopefully next week, we can put the stuff in the boxes. And I just got distracted again. I need, like, a teleprompter. I could probably do that on the screen behind me. Squirt bottle. You so need to do that. Could you imagine? Just... You weren't supposed to talk about the secrets. We don't talk about secrets here. Yes, that's the thing. I have 2 coffees. This is how the day is gonna go. So that whole lead up is leading into the biter stuff's a little bit delayed. I had tried to not delay it through BreyerFest, but I was naive and a summer child and didn't know the things. So batch D was the batch that was supposed to ship before BreyerFest, that didn't ship before BreyerFest, that we're now getting ready to put in boxes. I can see a whole bunch of them on the table. So if you are waiting for a biter, I'm starting to get things back on track with that now that other things are sorted out. So thank you all for your endless patience. I greatly appreciate it. I also appreciate that I didn't get 500 emails of people going, "Where's my things?" I don't mind answering emails. It just, if I get a whole bunch of emails, it stalls me out from being able to get things done physically in the workspace. So I try and balance things out the best I can. That's why emails aren't always 100% on top of, and it's not my favorite thing. I love talking to people. I just don't like the, like, I can't do art when I'm doing this thing. It's like that Jim Carrey thing where he's like, da, 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 I wish I could do that and like God mode it and be able to just give her on emails for like an hour and 5 minutes, because an hour and 5 minutes is apparently my limit. And I tend to hyper focus on things, because that's how my brain works. So I either get really distracted and there's all the squirrels, or it's like intense focus and I don't eat, sleep, breathe, or go outside. And then I wake up and I'm like, wait, where am I? What day is it? So it's just how I work. Probably undiagnosed ADHD. It costs like $5 bajillion to get appropriately diagnosed in Canada. So it's a thing. Anyway, if you couldn't tell from the squirrels, yay, neurodivergency, crazy things. I do need a clone or 6, says Lynn. Yes. Marcia's in Dingo. That means you should be getting your pony notifications soon. Most of them, if not all of them, should probably go today. Biters are challenging. She requires so much personal attention to make sure she fits on her base and clean up all the things. Because the mouth was cast separately, there's like a little seamy thing around her mouth that I have to fix with epoxy, and it's awesome. Way more attention than I thought it was going to be. I wish it was as easy as Fable or Saga probably will be. See? The mouth is cast separately. We have a special trick. But, yes. So it's not stuck on after the fact. We cast the mouth, and then it goes in the mold like you would soft set ears or anything. It's soft set in the mold, and then we soft set. Normal cast the rest of the pony around it to make sure that all our little teethies come out, and our little lips, and our little noses.
Lessons from the Bitey Boys.
Lessons from the Bitey Boys, because my God, they were things too. I've gotten a few emails about the Bitey Boys. They are sold out. They were BreyerFest special editions last year, and only 4 BreyerFest last year, so there's no more of them. but you might be able to find them on the secondary market. I just kicked over a box of peanuts. And on that note, I don't think there's anything else that I need to necessarily address. Teresa's like, welcome to the ADHD club. Squirrel focus factor, SFD. Oh, wait, squirrel focus disorder. I didn't focus long enough to read the... Yeah, that's a thing. Haley's in the club too. Hi, Haley. Yay, we need pins. I should make a distracted pony.
Capes.
What?
Capes.
Oh, capes. I
Things
heard.
to be distracted by.
I heard crepes. And I'm hungry now. Okay, on that note, we should go have food, pack a whole bunch of ponies. Thank you all for coming and enjoying the show. I will hopefully have more updates soon. The pancake escapee should be getting out of here soon because as you can see behind me, we have had Fun Police here and therefore Pancake needs to get out of here before she's found. So you should not get a tracking number if you are the winner of said sneaky pancake. It's going out sneaky like to sneaky people. But if you end up with a box that's random that you will definitely know is special, then let us know. And then we will have, of course, other little goodies tucked into other boxes at random because we like surprises. Yay! And then the giant... I'm breaking things now. I just kicked the chunk off the light. I don't know where it went. The Galarian Rapidash is also going to go in one of the boxes. The giant one. It's somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was on the shelf behind me where the anatomy model is. And I'm pretty sure it just fell behind.
The Fun Police took it and left us that.
The Fun Police stole her because she was too much fun and left us a stupid sign. Okay. All right. Well, since they're removing all of our fun, we have to go make more. So I will see you guys next time. Same pony time, same pony channel. Approximately 10 a.m. on Sundays, depending on how much coffee we've had and how many technical difficulties we have. So I will see you guys next time. Love you all. Don't feed trolls. Have lots of fun. Remember the magic of the hobby and spread that love and support. I know you guys will because you're awesome.